Thank you so much, Anthony. So you're mostly addressing, I think, the Republicans and the reality of their nominee. But I think that what we need to, I guess maybe you have thoughts about, it's really hard to convince somebody who, to see what you're seeing, right? You have a lot of, I guess, private intel and real-time experience. And today, if we're talking about the fallacy of the Republican Party, but there's a lot of issues in the Democratic Party. It's just really so people who are so it's not enough to say we've got to take down the Republican Party. You have to give somebody something. You have to. How do I myself, let's say, have conversations with people that I know? I have a lot of concerns as well. But it's very, very hard to talk to people and give them on the ballot. Like you're gonna have to. I get you that you're upset, but you can't vote for him. So that's really, really hard. It's not necessarily. It could be for a lot of people. It's an emotional response to what they're seeing in this country right now. There's a lot of things going on that people do not agree with. Mothers who are not happy with certain policies. We're talking about real people, just like the people in New Mexico. Okay. Who feel, but they're maybe not, your dad, but they're parents, and no one's addressing, and that we're talking about the future here. So we can take down the party in a certain way and realign us to a center right, and but you're not. That's not helpful right now. I don't think for this upcoming election for people who are dead set against.
I think
the other
you're
option,
making.
Unless they put you down, what I'm saying, on the ballot line. I mean, what are we saying?
I think you're making brilliant points, and I think I did say this, that the best thing that the Republicans have going for them are the Democrats. You're putting up an 81-year-old elderly man. You may like Kamala Harris, but I'm talking about her objectively. She hasn't won over the public. She got 1% of the vote during the primary, and she hasn't proven herself to be an effective or effectual number two. Now, you could disagree with me, but I'm just giving you my view with my 2-millimeter optic nerve, okay? So that's my view. So that is a big reason why Trump is, if the election's held today, he wins the election, okay? But the election's not held today, and Dukakis was up 30, at one point he's up 20, and he lost to George Herbert Walker Bush, and these elections usually narrow in the end. It'll be a very, very close election. I can't make the argument that what's going on in the country I like. I'm a lifelong Republican, so I don't like a lot of the things that are happening in the country. And I would love to see a moderate Republican or a center-right Republican try to fix these problems, recognizing that they have to reach a consensus with the Democrats like a Mike Bloomberg did in the city of New York. But we don't have that. So we have two choices. I'm telling you one of those choices, to me, with my humble observation, represents an existential threat to the system. I was there when, I'm going to tell you what, it happened on a Wednesday. I know what happened on a Wednesday? I was only there for one Wednesday, so I know what happened on a Wednesday. And I was there when he told Paul Ryan, and they're both taller than me, and he had his finger on Paul Ryan's chest, and he was saying, "You son of a bitch, you work for me." And Paul was looking at him like, "I don't work for you." Janesville, Wisconsin. But I don't work for you. I work for the American people. I'm in a totally separate article of the Constitution. And Trump looked over at me like, what the fuck is he talking about? I mean, we're talking about the Constitution. I'm like, yeah, there are three separate but equal branches of the Constitution. Okay,